down to Santa Pod Raceway for round 4 of the championship. Round 3 and 4 quite close together, and they're 2 weeks apart from the last meeting where we come second. So hopefully we can carry on that streak a little bit really and do well again. That's the plan. It's Thursday evening. I'm going down tonight, so Thursday night, just to get there and get set up really. I am testing again tomorrow on the Friday. We'll get a couple of passes in again hopefully, get back into the swing of things, and then qualifying as normal on Saturday. Be a good one. Weather I think is supposed to be alright. I've not looked too deep into it, but I think it's going to be fine. And we go into this round, I think it's 250 points behind first in the championship. We were third going into the last round, so we did do pretty well at the last meeting and it did help us out. So yeah, bike's all loaded. Should be able to see it. Just got to nip home, get a couple of bits and head down there. So see you when we're there. So we're literally just down the road from Santa Pod now, only a couple of minutes away, and we're behind a couple of race cars as well, so some door cars and trailers. I don't know where you can see it. We're literally just about to turn into Santa Pod Road, or Airfield Road, so not a surprise really.
Yeah. Oh, everybody now.
Saturday morning. Alright, so it's Friday morning now. I got here last night. I won't say set up because my lot aren't coming till this evening, Mum, Dad and Sky. So I just lifted the bike out of mine and it's been in Brett's awning overnight. So just gonna run it out of there today, do a couple of passes and see what happens really. The weather's alright, it's a bit breezy, but it's dry and it's not stupid hot. It's good for us. See you in a bit. windy. I think that's all it is. I think it's just wind. 133. 5 miles an hour down. Felt alright. I think it's just the wind.
When you get some top gear.
I don't think so. Well, I didn't think I had.
Fucking blew my eardrums off.
What do you mean?
I sat back behind the wheelie bar, did you hear? I was there sat and
Alright, so we just had first test pass. It's a bit different today because, as I said earlier, Mum, Dad and Sky aren't coming till tonight. So this is the first time I've ran a bike without at least Dad there, so it's just me and Brett today. But first pass, it's quite windy, it's proper headwind today, so it's took some time, 1 mile an hour out of it, but so don't look at the bike number because that's wrong for whatever reason, but I was right lane. 83 on the tree, 135 60 foot. That's as best as it did last meeting. It's 135, so 6-1 at 111, so it's a bit down to the 8th, and then 971 at 133, so about a tenth and a half down out the back, and 4 or 5 mile an hour. So I don't know what the headwind is, but it's just quite a lot really. So, but we're happy with that for first pass anyway. So I had the clutch out of it since the last meeting. It all looked perfect, but it did exactly what it normally does, so I'm happy with that. So give it a few hours, go out again. Hopefully the wind will die down a bit. Yeah, see what happens. Okay, so that is the end of Friday test day. So we did only get the 1 pass in the end. It was about just before dinner break we went out, so about 12, half 12. Did the run, happy with it. Come back, and since then it's kind of been off and on, raining all day really. Never enough to do anything really, but enough to stop the racing. So I would have liked to get a second run in, but it is what it is. So I've got my eye back in anyway. We've got that 1 pass in, so we should be alright for tomorrow. Obviously it was quite a big headwind today. I think it's about 15 or 16 mile an hour, and I think it's still windy tomorrow, but it's more of a side wind anyway, so it's not comparable weather conditions anyway. So yeah, we'll see what happens in the morning, first qualifier. But we've got a pit more set up now. So Mum and Dad have turned up. They had the awning, so I was in Brett's earlier. So got the pit set up more like it normally is. So just wait for Sky and George to get there now.
stuck it in the air.
Okay, so that's Q1 out the way. Still pretty windy today, as we thought. It has moved to more of a side wind than a full-on headwind. We're still a bit far away really, not as close as I'd like to be at all. Everybody in front of us seemed to be pretty close on the normal times. So we had a 9.65 on the board, just going off of yesterday, but I decided to put a 9.55. So we followed 9.50 bike and they all seem to be pretty on the normal times. The wind's quite gusty as well, so it's not really consistent. Anyway, so we went against Brett and it was actually a really good close race anyway. So we went 0.44 on the tree, 1:33.64, which is good for this. 6:07 and 1:11. The 8th, 9.67, 134. We went 0.40. 9.65 and 1:43. So it was really close, and he just picked me at the finish. It don't matter because it's qualifying, but it was still good fun. So it's still really windy now, so we're just going to dial it back and go again for Q2. Should mean we didn't break that. 9.69. Closer, it's still down a mile an hour.
I beg your pardon, who dials an 8.70.
Alright.
So the Viking Slick Tricks lane for the Netherlands will get there first. Not about that though. It's about
spin,
who
it
can
didn't
run close to their number.
Number 4, I think. 970 flat.
Did it?
Was away first, as everyone could see.
It didn't bog it down at all then.
So Andrew goes
straight up.
876. Scott goes 970.
That's fine, I'm good with that.
That'll work. Up to number 4.
Fuck yeah.
Nicely done.
I was thinking, should I click it? But I was looking at the flags, I was like, nah, it's still windy. I went at 74 too on a 75.
What did he run?
10:59. So you went 0:20 on the tree.
Hey, you're trying.
Yeah, really trying.
There we go.
You it?
Yeah, he broke out.
998, 999 on a 1004.
Oh, on the on the brakes.
Oh, did you brake, did you out? Did you pass him?
I think so.
Yeah.
He treated me again. 0:20 and I was 0:70.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah. 007 lose out. Ben's just texted me.
007. Get that, I've got that.
007. Ben's just texted me. Yeah, so a bit of a short day for us today because first round, who did we have?
Yeah, hi.
Other than the guy that beat us in the final 2 weeks ago. And yeah, same again really. It was a closer race though, weren't it? Like physically.
It was raining.
Tell me about it. But yeah, 008 breakout won't help really, but I think it was 007 in it, weren't it? So I don't think I could have got it anyway. So he got me on the tree again. 0207, yeah. So he got me 500 on the tree, and I think that was enough really. So I'll try again next time. Against Gary, then Brett will face the winner of that because he's got a bar run. Jake on the chop, and the Black J6R 1000, he's been really on it, and he's in 850 as well. semi-final for ET bike. Brett on the booster against Blade on his booster powered 7-inch slick and bar bike. Final, it's going to be Blade on the slick and bar bike against Jake on the chop, because Brett went red against Blade. Blade then broke out as well, but he might have just seen that Brett went red and didn't click it off, so. But I'm definitely not going to give him any stick for that, because he didn't do that to me at all last year, so see what happens in the final. Right, so it's been, what's it been, 2 weeks now since the Summer Nationals, round 4 of the championship. Obviously I've not put the video up yet, but there's one final clip that I wanted to add in. It's something I didn't really know what to say about at the time, and I still don't really. How I'm still kind of blown away by it a little bit. But if you don't know, well, 2 or 3 years ago we had a fire at home. It started in my bedroom and we lost a lot of belongings, and as you would with a house fire. Like my helmet went, all my trophies went, and all that just normal stuff as well. We're all recovered now, house is all back to, well, it's better than it was now obviously, and we're all sorted and we're all fine as well. But yeah, so we've always kind of helped the Wilcox family out in junior drag bike, just not anything major, just stuff like you do. They run cars and bikes, so they're quite full on, and the bike is on now, the bike Richard's on now is one of my old junior bikes, so it's kind of a personal attachment there as well, so we always kind of help them out, not anything ridiculous, but. So this year, Richard's second year on the bike, on this particular bike, and he's been smashing it, to be honest. I think he's won 3 in a row, and one of them meetings was the main event as well, so a real big meeting, and he's just doing amazing on it. So obviously we went out first round. I always like to stay and watch a bit of racing anyway, that's what we're there for. I love watching the racing as well. I'm not just going to leave halfway through it just because we've not done very well. So we stayed and watched the rest of the day, seen the finals, seen Richard win the final, seen Blade win an ET and all that kind of stuff. I knew something was going on because I got told that I had to stay for the presentation. So that was a bit, I knew something was going on, I didn't have a clue what or anything, but I just got told that I had to stay and go down to the presentation. So we watched the finals. It's normally half an hour-ish after the finals. They I still don't really know what to say about it, but yeah, I'd just like to thank obviously Richard and all of the Wilcox family. That's, you know, I still can't believe what they did. Richard's only 15 and I would never have thought about doing that when I was 15, absolutely not. So it's especially this season, where this is kind of the first season where he's been doing really well. He's done good before, but this year he's won 3 in a row, so that tells you something. So yeah, it's really appreciated. I said to him he didn't need to do that. You know, obviously you'd never expect anybody to do anything like that anyway. I said to him after, you know, you didn't have to do that. I was going to win all of them back as and when I can. And he said, well, you're never going to get the chance to win a junior one back, and this was one on your bike. So that was pretty cool. But so I'm going to put the clip in. It's not the best quality, but I don't care, it's going in, so deal with it. But yeah, so here it is.
Okay, to come up and present the trophy for junior drag bike, I'd just like to welcome up Mr. Scott Collins, please, if you wouldn't mind coming over. Come on, Scott, if that's okay. So the runner-up in junior drag, don't run a fight with it. Don't run a fight with it. The runner-up in junior drag bike, great weekend. Again, after the incident to start yesterday, it was so good to see him in the final round. Nice pollen, everybody! But the winner in junior drag bike, this guy's really knocking it out of the park all summer long this year. On a bike, funny enough, at your Danfield. Richard Wilcox, everybody! That's it, stand together and look good, well done. Richard and Grace, well done to both of you, congratulations.
One thing I'd like to do quickly, Scott has helped us massively for years, and they recently had a fire and he lost all of his trophies. So if you could come up here, please, Scott. I'd like you to have this trophy.
Give a round of applause, everyone.